Welcome back, everyone, to the Complete Pine Leaf. I have arrived back in Hultvis, and it looks like um, Adolfin wishes to speak with me.
Fortune must smile on Holtvis for you to return to us so quickly.
I didn't think to see you again, Pine Leaf, but fortune must smile on Hultvis. As it happens, we do have need of you. Two of our hunters were frightened away from their prey by some apparition, and while no one in the village would wish for them to endanger themselves, they left the carcass behind. Our food stores are too low to do without such provisions. Creatures of the vale have surely found the abandoned carcass by now, but if you can hunt more forest hearts and woods edge for us, we should be able to fill the hole of loss left by our stores. Once you have gathered some replacement flanks, bring them to Veramund as you did before, and Hootvis will be grateful. Right. Hunt more hearts and bring their flanks here. And of course, I do eventually have to speak with the Radagast, but I guess we should take care of the provisions first. Don't provisions always come first? And I believe one of these hearts is right over here. Yes, we have it. But we quiet. We're hunting hearts. Piece by piece. Well, let's see. Well, the first one is easy to find, just outside. Okay, easy to find, not necessarily easy to fight, but easy to find at least. Maybe I should have tried something tamer, but the hearts were the ones that were here. I guess they've already hunted all the easier ones already. There you go. Hello? Right, we gotta be careful here. Yeah, they just love knocking me out. It doesn't help that the stun. Maybe I should get something. Oopsie daisy. Maybe I should have taken that reduction in the. Where are we here? Okay, one of the easier ones. I guess the fawn was trying to hide in the bushes, so I wouldn't see them. But I guess it didn't work today. Hold on. Oh! You thought it was going to be easy? No, but Daddy got here. Oh well. So much for that idea. It doesn't always work. Alright. Well, in any case, we'll definitely have plenty of venison for the future. Special delivery?
This is a surprise. I did not expect you to return to our village so soon.
But I am pleased that you have done so, and with more flanks for me to salt and season for the village. Oh, these are intended to replace the carcass our hunters left behind. It is good to fill in the hole in our food stores. The woodsmen of Holfis have long relied on Eric and his son and others of our hunters to bring back food for the village. I have never known Eric to flee like this. Now that he has returned to the village, I know he feels terribly about what happened. If you speak with him about the apparition he saw, please do not chide him overmuch. Many frightening things stalk the woods hereabouts, and I know that if a hunter such as he saw fit to run away, there must surely be good reason for it. All right, I will find Eric somewhere around here, and of course, there's also Radagast, who I presume is speaking with the chief. Apparently, Eric is on the way to seeing the chief.
Before today, I would never have counted myself a coward. But
The creature I saw filled me with such terror. My blood ran cold, and I felt rooted to the spot to see it. At first, I thought I beheld Vagari, spectral wanderer of the Gladden. But nay, this was something else. I can still see its terrible visage. The apparition stood in the waters of the old ford, half across, and as the courage drained from me, I urged my son Badwila to leave our prey behind. Together we fled, and I could not bear to look behind us as we ran, for I expected to see the terrible creature close behind. Bodily, it did not follow us, but I can still see its face in my mind, and that seems far worse than pursuit. If you go in search of it, go to the old ford to the northwest, but bring caution with you, and do not fear to flee, as I did. The shame is hard to bear, but on this day at least, I hold my life more precious than my honor. Alright, so you thought it was Vagare, but it was something more terrible. Well, before I go and investigate that, I better speak to Radagast. I hope that you got my messages. Ah, good. I'm glad you returned, Pineleaf. You have been a great help to me. My sparrow delivered the water sample that you gathered for me. My bunting told me of your victory over the orcs. But my thrush lost sight of you. I'd begun to worry that Sharky proved a more formidable foe than I'd been led to believe. Is Sharky defeated? Well, yes. Actually, it was someone who was pretending to be Sharky, some half orc. Ugh, a half orc. I had heard that he was a man, but now it seems that neither is true. Who is Sharky? Well, Gandalf told me that the Orodrum have imprisoned Saruman in Orthanc. Is that not so? Well, when there is time at last, I will write to Orthanc and question him myself. Alright, well then. So we're finally spreading the news about Sharky being Saruman, and I think I will. Oh my goodness gracious, that is quite a improvement. Alright, now that we're done with that, we can go and investigate this terrible apparition. I have arrived at the ford, so let us start our search to find this apparition and find out, is it something that is truly nasty? Or is there someone running away for nothing? Uh, hello there, Karazgar?
I do not intend to harm you. I wish only to speak with you.
Will you hear my words? Alright, fine. What do you want?
You have nothing to fear from me. Not on this day.
But I'm sure I will on another day.
I just want to talk.
To talk. We do not need to spill each other's blood, Pineleaf. Why can we not conduct our business and leave the other alone? Alright? So what's the business? So what is this business? Karazgar stares at you, apparently praising you in silence. There is much we could learn from each other to our mutual benefit. Ask me what you will, and I will tell you much. This has got to be a trick. Ask, ask, ask. Alright, see. What can you say of the Gurzu? Karazgar stares at praising you in silence. Well, he's not telling me much. It was the second age that Sauron learned the truth that had escaped him. He learned that despite his great power, there were some forces even he could not challenge alone. The Nazgûl may have been Sauron's most powerful servants. They were snared by the Dark Lord and made to serve him. but in some tasks they proved insufficient. We Gurzel, we were different. We flocked to him. We sought to worship him. We chose, and in return, we were chosen. Dugabith, Ugrahor, Urudani, Ruhor, Nubanath, Mothgarod, and I, greatest of them all. Gulthok's bite made us ageless and deathless. We were given what the Numenorians desired, but could not attain. Endless, unceasing time, or so we thought. Why should our fortunes wane with Sauron's? Would you not fight to master your fate, Pineleaf? So it is with me. Alright? And why were you looking for the Black Book? It is an artifact of Mordor, is it not? We're not sure what it is an artifact of. I do not seek the jewels of dwarves or the lore of elves. I do not desire the treasures of Gondor. I only want keepsakes of the land I served. When the North belongs to me, as was promised, they will be a reminder to me of my many victories. Alright, okay, I'm done with questions. Do you see what an ally you could have been to me? Seek information, and I'll give it. Desire death for your foes, and I will deliver it. All I require is that you bring me the Black Book. What say you? So they don't bring the Black Book. I refuse. I will make you my prisoner, or I will kill you where you stand. I'll refuse. You're a disappoint me, Pineleaf. If you change your mind, bring it to me here. I will leave you unharmed while my patience lasts. It will not last forever. I will... Someone comes. I must be gone. Doodaloo. A bunch of elves, it looks like. Hold on. Pineleaf, it's a pleasure to see you. Oh, okay. Elrond? Arwen? Glorfindel? Hello. I have come with much of my household across the mountains by way of the High Pass, for the marriage of my daughter awaits us in Gondor. Aragorn Elessar has claimed the crown of that land, and it is Arwen's wish and his that they marry. She will remain by his side forever. I know the way of hard choices, and this is here to make. Glorfindel accompanies us, as do many others of my folk. Some will attend Arwen at the wedding, and others there are who desire to see the land beyond Imladris one last time before departing this Middle Earth. All are welcome, for such an occasion should be made as happy as can be, and more hearts made the merrier times. We travel light, but not without goods and gifts. I myself bring the scepter of Anumis. It will be a gift for King Elessar, for it is his by right. It is my own desire that this journey be full of cheer, for my daughter's benefit, but this land holds only sorrow for me. I will be happy to leave it. I understand there is a pleasant house nearby at which we might find lodging. It was the home of Bjorn the Skin Changer, and is kept now by his son, is it not? Yes, but expect to be asked to do some chores when you get there. Just warning you. Leto and Pineleaf, I trust we will find the son of Bjorn a hospitable host. Hello there, Gandalf. You see I brought some more guests.
Yes, I knew that Elrond and much of his household would be making the journey.
Why do you think that I suggested doubling the quantities for each errand Grimbjorn requested that you complete? For my own amusement? Nay, that was merely an additional benefit, my friend. Oh, boy.
Speak to Elrond and learn how his company fared during their passage of the mountains.
I trust that they encountered no problems across the mountains. Few creatures in this Middle Earth would dare to trouble either Elrond or Glorfindel when apart, and when together, only the most foolhardy would think of it. But there have always been fools in service of the enemy. Well, there is that, and 116 Cyan Tracery. I suppose that could be useful. Oh, of course. Let's see what Elrond has to say.
It is good to see you outside the confines of my library. Forever it seemed I found you there.
Yes, I can say the same thing about you. Oh yes, my daughter journeys to Minas Tirith for her wedding to Aragorn Elessar, King of Gondor, and I have brought such of my household as desire to attend her. We found the high pass clear and the passage of the mountains much easier than had been at the times in past. It is a balm to the heart for me to find it so. We will stay a while at the Beorninghus. Gandalf has assured me that my household would be welcome, and that you will speak to Grimbjorn, the Lord of the Beorninghus, on our behalf. Of course I will. Why not? Isn't that always the case, right? What do you say about that, Glorfindel?
The mountain passes have not always been as safe as we found them on this journey.
Indeed, the mountain passes have been a source of grief for Elrond and his daughter, for it was in the misty mountains that Celebrian, Arwen's mother, was captured by the orcs. That is a sad story, and I will not speak more of it now. But I know in my heart that while Arwen is full of joy at the wedding that will come at journey's end, the land holds much sorrow for her. With an abundance of caution, I chose to safeguard the company as they traveled, and I am pleased to report that the passage was without incident. After a short rest, we will continue on to Lothlorien, but I'm confident that we will have little to fear before we reach the safety of the wood. Well, that's good to hear. And what about Arwen?
We will stay here a short time before continuing on to Lothlorien, and then to Gondor.
I have never seen the home of the Beornings, Pineleaf, but it seems most lovely. The beauty of the flower fields and the buzzing of the bee pastures are quite different than the sights and sounds of Imladris or Lorien. We will stay here for a short time before we continue to Lothlorien, where we will meet up with my brothers. Then we will continue on to Gondor and the White City, and by midsummer we will toll the wedding bells throughout the kingdom. I hope you will attend the wedding, Pineleaf, for I understand you have been a help to all the Middle Earth and to my betrothed, and it is his dear wish that you be there with us. Will you also ask the Lord of the Beornings to attend? It is very kind of him to offer his hospitality to my father's household while we stay here in a time. I have a feeling Grimbjorn was not notified until they arrived. It is probably likely. Hello?
This is what happens when I open my door to a wizard.
To a wizard and his companions. There will only be 2 of us, you told me. And then there were more, and more, and more, and more. And now an elf lord and his household have taken up residence at my humble abode. What? Do I wish to attend the wedding of the elf maiden and the king of Gondor? Bah! Do you think an invitation will remedy these irritations and inconveniences? They might have consulted with me before their arrival. The wizard has already given up on entertaining his friends. He has gone inside again. Follow him and convey my displeasure, Pineleaf. Attend the wedding? Bah! I don't think he's happy. Everyone seems to be settling in.
Grimbeorn is free to tell them they are not welcome, but I do not recommend it.
Grimjorn is free to tell them what he will, but the Lord of the Earning surely knows better than to risk the ire of the Elf Lord, let alone several. It is to be hoped that he knows not to risk the ire of the elf maid planning for her wedding either, for that way may be the truest danger. But I'll return now to the study of the Black Book of Mordor. I'll let you know when I have discovered anything further. Yes, I am sure that you will. Oh, that is... Alright, I guess I'll take that.
A darkness has settled upon the vales of Anduin. Can you not feel it?
A darkness has come? What's that all about? We have to find that out in the next episode of The Complete Pineleaf.